Hello everyone, welcome to the club. Thank you for coming to today's stream. What is that about? Oh, it's a roll of paper towels. I was like, what the hell is that? I can't quite see my preview because it's a little bit small. Yeah, that's just stuff in the back. I've had like anything beyond the frame of this little stream webcam corner is literally a complete disaster because I've been like hiding Christmas presents and shit in this closet. And I did rearranging because I finally got like things to organize my closet full of fucking costumes, and yeah, it's still like it's still so packed, but it gave me a little bit more room so I can actually go through it instead of everything just being shoved in there. By the end of it, I was actually able to like take out like a whole like a stack of hangers this big, and it's still like again pretty close. Like this closet was a disaster, and it's still a disaster. It's just now like less of one, and it's a different disaster. So progress. Oh no, it's really fucking weird. I have had, like, so much more, energy this past week, but then I realized, but here's the thing though. On top of me having more energy, it's like, my knee decided that this week was the week that it's going to, I don't even know how to describe it, except it just, like, fuck itself. But oh no, I'm gonna explain why I have energy, because it's not actually that I have more energy. Hold on. But my knee, every time I like try to stretch it out and straighten it like all the way, has decided it's just gonna like, I'm sorry, this is like super gross, but y'all come here for the fun details of my life. So basically, like, my knee, every time I straighten it, like, it hyperextends, right? So it's kind of like that. Like, it kind of goes a little bit like that, like if this is the kneecap. And usually, like, when that happens, it's not super painful for me, but, like, instead of it just hyperextending, like, the other one just does that, like, kind of normal. And it's not super noticeable, because I kind of have thick legs, but, like, it does this. But now what's happening is, when it does it on my right leg, there's something, I feel something like slipping in there, like every time, and it really fucking hurts. And I still wanna film my, little cute video, because I made choreography and everything for this video. Like, I am so determined to get my festive shit out there. But I realized that this week I don't actually have more energy than usual. The only reason I feel better this week is because for the past, like, 3 weeks or so, you know, we all know how there's an ADHD medication shortage. ADHD medication shortage, right? I feel like that sentence just came out wrong. But yeah, so there's an ADHD medication shortage going on, and it didn't... Well, it's the same shortage that has been going on. It has not been resolved yet. It has been temporarily resolved at times, but it actually has not affected me personally until now. So, like, it has not affected my medications. Like, it was a huge deal. Like, I had to switch pharmacies and stuff. Like, I didn't get my prescription for, like, over a week after I was supposed to, right? But I was so worried about not being able to get it, I just didn't take it for a while. Like, I would save it for when, like, I really needed it, like when I needed to drive and leave my house. Like, I would save it for that, right? So now that I've been on it consistently again for a week, I'm like, wow, my medication fucking works. So really, this should not be a surprise to anybody. But I still have like a chronic fatigue issue, but at least my brain is not fighting me in the way that it is when I'm not medicated. Like, I think about all the time, like, how did I survive college without my medication that I'm on now. Like, I don't know if 2020 just, like, ruined me so badly that, like, I can never be unmedicated again, or what, but, like... I think also it was kind of like, a lot of my classes in college, like, I do kind of seem to recall that I would just kind of tune out through a lot of them, and somehow I still, like, made it, because, I mean, I had classes where, like, they would be 4 hours long, and half of that would be watching a damn movie. Because film school things, am I right? So, like, I would be, like, in a class, like, 6 to 10 p.m., and half of it would be a movie. And I would not fall asleep, but I functionally might as well have been asleep, because, like, I remember, no, this is so funny. I remember, like, watching Citizen Kane in class, right? And that's, like, I'm gonna switch to another instance, because why not? I'm gonna win this race. But I remember watching Citizen Kane in class, and Citizen Kane is not like a bad film per se. It's interesting. It's one of those things that I know it's like a classic, but part of me is like, this shit bores me. Like, it's not because it's bad, you know? It's just that if it's 6 to 10 p.m. at night and I've already had a full day, my brain is not engaged by Citizen Kane. Like, it is really good. Like I said, don't get me wrong, but like, it just, the timing was bad. And I remember, like, Citizen Kane, of what I remember of it, I remember writing an analysis on it. I don't remember any of that analysis. I don't remember, oh my god, now I'm gonna be shot from behind. But I don't remember writing the analysis. I don't remember, like, watching the movie most of the time. All I remember was, like, I was discussing it with somebody, and, like, I realized that when I had been watching this, again, in my less than fully there mental state, I noticed that, there was, like, the sled, and I'm over here and I'm like, huh, that's a chair. Why is a chair in the fire? God, it was like, that was how out of it I was when I watched Citizen Kane. So, one day I might need to watch it, you know, not out of it, but it's just like, I mean, and it's one of the only ones that I feel like I really missed out on, watching it, because I had another, like, bulk of the time film watching class, and that one was at 8:30 a.m. my first year. But the good part is it was literally up, like, on inside the theater that was on the dorm campus, and I lived in the dorms, so I could sometimes, like, wake up at, like, 8:15 and just make my way straight to class. I tried really hard not to do that, but it did happen sometimes, because, like, you know, sometimes you just do not want to get up, you know? You could take a shit and it'd be amazing. Fair, no, I mean, I don't want to get too into some of the films that I watched. See, there was a couple of them that were actively traumatizing. Like, I was not warned about the, graphic nature of, like, anything to do with the film called Boys Don't Cry. I mean, for the Utah area, people desperately needed to see that movie, but also I'm like, yeah, as a person with a lot of very specific trauma, like, I did not want to see that. I actually have I do recall that I have seen Clockwork Orange. That is another one that I do not actually remember all of. But, we watched Birth of a Nation. My god. I actually don't remember. I might be thinking of something else. there's sometimes, again, so much of film school is such a blur. There are things I know, like, I confuse with other things. But I do know we watched a movie called Boys Don't Cry, and it was deeply... I would have felt really bad if there was someone in that class who didn't know about it and had, like, their trauma displayed in a more personal way. Like, if a trans person was watching that film, I think it would have been possibly worse for them, depending on their personal experience. But, like, my god. Like, my god. I am, like, for Utah, people needed to see that. But I also feel like, you know, we should learn to be nice to people without having to make these graphic movies just all about people's trauma. It's kind of like, how, there was a college that did a Laramie project. And people there, that was the first time that they realized that, like, queer people go through some shit, you know? Like, I'm like, why did you have to, like, see this, like, horrible thing? And now, Laramie project is great. Like, don't get me wrong, but... like, it is a, so many levels of, like, it is hard to, watch as a queer person. I was part of the group, like, back in high school. I actually was, at a conference where there was some previews of that show done, and it was, oh my god. There we go. But there was some, what was I saying? There was some, like, some previews, like, there were some little scenes, that were there, that they had done. It wasn't the whole thing. I'm also trying to recall this, because this was another thing that high school was a time, but, I saw in film school, keep my psyche intact by not seeing it. I mean, look, a lot of this could have been resolved if I had the foresight to look up the movie before we watched it, but at that point in my life, like, I started college at 17 years old. At that point in my life, I had never been actively triggered by a film. That is something that had never happened to me, because I didn't... I had triggers, but I was not aware of them. And unfortunately, I found some out.
A wise man can hear profit.
Well, to be fair, I turned 18 like 3 months in, 2 or 3 months in. But yeah, fam, like, y'all, I also was young my entire life because I skipped the 2nd grade. So, like, that was an experience that, was not, like, new to me. The only annoying part was that when you're 17, there's some things that you still have to have, like, your parents sign off for, and, yeah, that was a little annoying, but, yeah, it's really funny, because, like, my whole life, you know, I've been, like, considered, like, super smart, like, oh, you're gonna do such great things, and here I am. Oh, thank you for subscribing! Welcome in! I was just saying that my whole life it's been like, oh, you're gonna go so far, you're gonna do great things, and then here I am on Twitch! Oh, God. I mean, to be fair, I do consider myself smart most of the time. I do think I'm probably pretty book smart, but, like, in terms of me going throughout life, I feel like such a dumbass. Like, and it's like, I do feel like, you know, I could be smart enough to do something different with my life. I could have gone and gotten a PhD and all that, but, like, why would I? Like, that's the thing, it's like, it's not my passion, like, I like science, but my passion for wanting to go into astrophysics burned out in high school. Like, it was gone. Like, the way that math is taught when I was in school at the high school level, the way it was taught was so incredibly frustrating to me. It wasn't that the math didn't make sense, it's that the way it's taught doesn't make sense. And they force you to do it that specific way. Like, I'm like, okay, why does it matter how I get the damn answer if it's the right answer? But no, it does matter. And I think that's stupid. I think that's a failing of our school system that is set up to punish neurodivergent people, but that's a whole different rant. Welcome in, Fleet Admiral. That sounded like so formal and weird. We're having a time so far. Also, this is my...
The time to fish has come.
This is my little,
honor or a good death. Kapla!
This is my little caffeinated drink. It's not Nog's Nog. I already bottled up the eggnog to take to my thing tonight. But it's a London fog, if you must know. Made with almond milk, but also a little bit of the lactose-free whole milk I had left over from the Nog. Yeah, it's my little caffeine drink, and it's like, you know, I have finally been on my ADHD medication long enough that I have figured out how much caffeine I can get away with without causing myself a problem, and I just cannot have caffeine, like, before a certain hour. Like, in the afternoon it starts being okay. Like, after 2 p.m. it's fine. Before 2 p.m., probably not. And, like, my doctor and pharmacist would be like, you're doing what now? Because I've been told no caffeine, but, look, when the medicine is basically, like, half gone by 2 p.m., I'm sorry, I gotta do a little something. It's not that much caffeine either. I'm just very sensitive to things, so I can just, like, have a little bit, and it's like practically an energy drink, buzz. But then energy drinks make me shake and throw up, so, no energy drinks for me. A friend of mine gifted Baldur's Gate 3 and Deluxe DLC. Damn. What kind of friends you got? Jealous. Just kidding. My entire circle of friends, we're all so broke. We're like, we pass around the same $5 constantly. I also think another factor with why I suddenly have so much more energy, like, I could have streamed multiple times this week, but I used so much energy, like, working on the thing that I'm doing tonight, which, like, oh, I'm so excited for it, y'all don't even know. But, I also realized, like, one of the large stressors in my life that I'm not gonna get into kind of disappeared, like, or as in saw itself out of my life, like, a couple weeks ago, so, anyway. God, but okay, I have to tell you though, the eggnog is so fucking good. Like, so fucking good. Damn it, I did the wrong. There we go. The eggnog is literally, like, so delicious. Like, I can't even begin to describe how impressed I am that it turned out like that, considering it was made with lactose-free milk. Like, the recipe called for heavy cream. And I honestly think that if you would have made that recipe with heavy cream, it would have been, like, thick sludge and kind of disgusting. But, the way it is with just the milk, and it's lactose-free, and it doesn't make me sick, like, what is this magical substance, you know? My god, there's like a... Okay, yeah, you're done. I did my hair for once, and like, well, I shouldn't say for once. I love me a cute little hairstyle, but like, there's like a piece in the back here that's like, I think it might be just caught under my head, but I don't know. Okay. Okay. Did it go in? I think so. Yeah, I have my little mini ponytail. It's a little baby. Maybe I'm gonna put a little. Ah! So anyway, this evening. Damn it. This evening, I am running my first time GMing Star Trek Adventures. But I am GMing a one-shot based off of this event in Star Trek Online. I am beyond excited. Like, it is going to be so good. I have like all my stuff prepared, and I have gone so overboard on this. Like, you don't understand the amount of overboard I have gone. Again, because like, I don't know, the energy is just hitting. Like, you know, the holiday season is so tiring, but at the same time, like, I don't know where this energy is coming from, but I am gonna run with it, you know? Damn it! So I have like 2 massive bags of marshmallows to make snowmen, and I have like I made an entire like mini gingerbread village out of graham crackers. Like I already finished that. Like I wanted to make sure I had time to dry so it didn't it didn't collapse while I was making it there. Yeah, me and my mom made the gingerbread village last night. And outside of the one like large building we tried to make, like kind of caved in a little bit, but it's pretty well held together, I must say. So there's that, and then Crampiri is gonna be made out of black licorice. I'm really excited for that one. I think it's gonna be like the most unholy creation I could ever make. Then. Oh my god, everybody's just in time! Meowgical Rosie, thank you for the raid! Hello everyone. For those who have not joined me before, my name is Jazi. I also have a cat theme, but I kind of go with like, I don't know. I'm like a big cat, like a leopard maybe. So not quite a kitten. But I play a lot of Star Trek Online. Currently, we are in the Winter Wonderland event, which is my favorite thing of the year. Actually, I can't decide. I can't decide if I like this one or if I like Ryza better. But yeah, it's just, the game's not normally like this, but it's just a really silly, fun thing. I'm also, oh, I thought that was me who was getting the big fish. Okay. I'm also an idol performer and a producer as well. But mostly here we just play Star Trek things. Also do keep in mind that this is an adults only stream, and because I do not watch my language here. I need to start saying that after every raid, just in case. Oh, I did not give, hold on, I need to give a shout out. I don't know how to give a shout out. Shout out to Meowgical Rosie. There we go. Yeah, I always forget. My last brain cell cannot do this many things. Like, I need to put out another moderator application, but I get so... God, I get so, like, busy with other stuff. Like I just said, the fact that I'm planning this whole thing for my local, like, Star Trek group, Like, a ridiculous one-shot that did not need to happen. I'm gonna be showing up to the to the thing tonight. Like, today's one-shot is graciously sponsored by my parents. Cause yeah, the amount of stuff that we got, they actually went shopping with me, and so that's how I'm even able to put this on for this group, because like it's a lot of shit, and as we know, I'm perpetually broke, so but we were we were talking about all sorts of things, like what my rant on the school system, forbidden knowledge about my college experience. Damn, you have brain cells. Only sometimes. I think the I know that like my ADHD meds do not work in the way of giving me brain cells, but I feel like it's sometimes like that's how they work. Like without them, I have no brain cells, and they give me brain cells, even though they're just regulating the brain cells. Damn it, I gotta move faster. But it's hard when it's slippery. Oh, I haven't had my frosted boots on this whole time. That's why I've been slower at fishing. Need to get on the skating boots. God damn it. But I was going to say too, this character has 3 different winter weapons now, and two little helper things, whatever they're called, the Q's ornaments, that's what they are. I was like, I literally just wrote, like, I transcribed so much of the events on this event, the activities on this event. I guess that's a better way of putting it. But like, I cannot believe that I still don't remember the names of everything. Cause see, for my tabletop version of this event, like again, like using the STA system, which it's like, if you're not familiar with STA, it's like D&D, but it's more complicated for some reason. It's really not that bad, but like it can kind of get confusing because most rolls are 2d20s, and you want to roll low, not high. And also, like, what else am I thinking? It's also just like the way things work can be really hard to understand. Like, I honestly, like, I'm GMing and I still like don't 100% understand, but I will honestly say I think most of the GMs I've played STA with also don't understand. Cause okay, worst thing about this system, right? Worst thing about the STA system is that, like, one of the things that's really stupid is that the turns are always supposed to go back and forth between, like, players and enemies. So, like, one player gets to go, and one enemy gets to go. I don't know what is wrong with me. For all of my brain going buzz, I'm, like, doing too many things at once. Matthew Perry's toxicology report. Oh, damn. That's something I haven't thought about in a while. Well, I don't know. My sense of time is really screwed up, so I don't remember, like, when... I don't remember when he died. I know it was, like, recently-ish. Anyway. Now, here... Okay, it was a few months ago. Felt like it's like that was a bit ago, but it wasn't too long ago. Oh, really? That long ago? I don't know. It feels like October was simultaneously yesterday and 6 months ago. Anyway, I don't know. I haven't really followed it because, like, I'll be real with y'all. Like, I saw, like, there was a lot of stuff, like, going around about, like, stuff that he, did in his life that was, you know, really good. But, honestly, like, I'm not a Friends fan, so... Oh, okay, have fun, have fun. But I know that when people were talking about it, there was stuff, and I don't remember details, I'm so sorry, but I remember people were talking about, like, how he had, like, some drug problems and stuff. So, but I also know, like, there's a growing, like, movement of people who will get ketamine infusions, like, as, like, a mental health treatment, and, like, and I know it's, like, I know it's, like a researched thing, like, it is an option, but I also am like, y'all, ketamine is, like, can be so problematic for so many people, like, and we're just gonna inject it into people, like, it's kind of like, I know people who have been given it, like, scared, or, like, told, or, like, basically, around here, like, I know a lot of people who have been, like, told about it, and it's been recommended it, when I'm like, I don't know, I feel like this is not a one-size-fits-all approach, but also I feel like no psychiatric medication is really a one-size-fits-all approach, because, like, I mean, if you look at me and how many bad reactions I've had to shit, like, but I just was like, ketamine seems like, you know, it can be pretty dangerous, so I would think you wouldn't want that to be, like, a, you know, initial suggestion. I don't know, and I just know around here specifically, like in Utah, like there are so many random things, like the amount of people who have tried to like get people into like this all this like at-home IV infusion shit, like not with ketamine, like that is a specifically different licensed thing, but it's this like growing movement in Utah, like you go to a med spa and get like random IV infusions, like what the hell, like I'm sorry, I'm not getting an IV for some saline vitamins, like I hate getting IVs, and I have to get them, like I've had to get them more than like other people, I'm sure. Some people are like, oh yeah, I got one for my wisdom teeth and never get, no. I had to have a needle nap to have some cavities filled because of how high my blood pressure goes. Oh yeah, it's definitely a widespread issue, I would say. But I just feel like it gets like, it's like extra in Utah, though I feel like, because it's like, you know, and because the thing is, it's like they'll literally do anything. They will do anything but legalize weed. They will do anything but legalize weed. We know I'm right. I'm sorry, this is turning into a rant stream, but look, I have no regrets about anything I say. Yeah, no, for real, like, I'm like, why? I'm like, look, if you wanna ban gender-affirming care, then you should also just ban plastic surgery without the therapy letter. How about that? Like, and I know there's people who will get some pretty fucking extreme surgeries too, like with a huge like risk factor that's like way higher than any, like there's surgeries that people will get basically for funsies that like have a way, like because they're always talking about the risks of hormones and shit, right? But it's like, if you look at what people will do to themselves for fun, you're gonna tell me the hormones are the problem there? Like, no. Like, there's so many things that are worse than that, and I don't know. Fucking, like, this country, but I have actually heard that apparently, in some ways, the UK has us beat for transphobia, which terrifies me to think about, because we have it pretty fucking bad here. Remember hearing once of someone getting plastic surgery to look like a singer and died because of it. Yeah, here's the thing though, like, because people, I feel like now there are reasons to get cosmetic surgery. And it is a very, it's like a personal thing that, you know, we shouldn't judge people for because you don't know somebody's life. And people don't always get it because, like, just, you know, vanity reasons. People will get it because, like, unfortunately, the way you look can, like, seriously impact the way you're able to live your life. Welcome in, Master Chief. Sorry, you are just in the middle of a rant here. Basically it's like, if you're in, like, a serious accident and you have to have some sort of reconstruction done, that is considered plastic surgery, oftentimes not covered by insurance in the US. But it's like, you know, again, if you have a serious, like, disfigurement, like, it will affect everything in your life. Unfortunately, to go through life without, I don't want to say fixing it, but, you know, like, you know, making you look more like an average person, because it's like you know, the amount of discrimination that you can get from jobs alone just for looking different. And it's like, it's not even like serious stuff, but you know, there's people who don't get hired because they just don't have the right image of stuff. Like I'm not gonna get into it because it's too personal, but like there have been times that I have been rejected from jobs because of how I look. Like I don't have the proper look for certain jobs that are public facing, that are for certain types of businesses who really care about that stuff. So it's like, I don't know, it's very, it's a very nuanced issue. So it's like, you know, I think that there's a place for cosmetic surgery, and I think that we should give plastic surgeons the same respect that we give to other healthcare professionals, and we shouldn't dismiss them because their work is very difficult, if not more so than some other surgeons. But at the same time, like, we gotta have some logic here. Like, if you're gonna try to say that such and such is harmful, then you gotta have some real evidence. It's not just, oh, because it is, you know? It's so fucked up. Yeah, it's like, I mean, and the thing is, like, there are some places that do, like, really care about their patients and try to make, for example, like, some of the places that I go to, like, have, cash payment options that are way, way cheaper than if you're paying with, insurance or something. So, like, there are healthcare professionals out there who are really trying to help with the system. It's still very expensive. It's still very expensive to get care, but at least there's a little bit of relief for some people that they're not charging the full price of the insurance, because that's actually part of the problem with our system, is that they do charge way more than they have to, and then they charge the insurance that, and then the insurance, like, it's a whole mess. But, you know, at least there's a little bit of something there, like, for some, not all, because some of them are just really greedy at the clinic level too, but...
Eppos! Cuddly and friendly Eppos!
Really, a lot of the problem is, like, cause...
A wise man can...
No, I'm not gonna be too specific. I feel like there's people on here who have figured out where I went to college. And I really don't mind too much, because, like, it's a very big school, so it's not like you're gonna find me or anything, but, like, I'm not gonna be too specific, but in my experience with, like, hospitals and stuff, too, is that one of the big problems is, like, the administration, like, especially with, like, locally, there is a large university that owns a hospital. And that's a whole different mess, because it's like, I mean, and sometimes it's the doctors. Sometimes the doctors just really shouldn't be seeing patients when they're there for research. Like, I'm sure they tell them they have to, but it's like, look, if you hate patients this much, like, why are you, like, seeing them, you know? Like, it's so wild to me. But, there's like a... There we go. Maybe I just fixed this ponytail. Fam, there's like a lot of- how do you think people go to medical school? This is like a- not an uncommon thing. And it's like different departments, but there's honestly like some of it where like, there's a point where things just get too big. Like, are there not university hospitals where you live? I thought that was a thing everywhere. Maybe not like the big hospital, like in Utah there's a really big one, like if you look up like, you know, basically anybody who's ever gotten like a cancer treatment like is definitely probably like familiar with our university hospital because it's attached to like the cancer center or whatever. And it's like the best place to go in the state usually. Like they have the most research and stuff, but again, it's like there's a difference between seeing a like basically like going to a doctor that, you know, does research. Like they can be great at research and terrible with patients, you feel me?
A wise man can
Oh,
hear
okay. So,
prophet
I mean, it
in the
probably
wind.
depends on the area. Like, again, like, I lived in, like, the big city for several years. Like, that's why I said it was a huge change, honestly, for me to go, to not live in the big city. When I moved in March. Okay. There we go. That was bugging me for some reason. There was like a hair that was like just sticking. Ugh. Did I get it? Oh no. Ugh. Nope, I got a piece stuck. I'm like, don't mind me, just redoing my hair on stream. I know, I mean, I'm not gonna say exactly where I live now, but I live south of Utah's big city, and like, they're trying to make everywhere like the big cities, even when the roads do not support it. So, feel that on a personal level. But yeah, it's like, there's so many problems with Utah. Like, and I've said too, like, the further south you go, like, from Salt Lake City, like, the crazier it gets.
All the lands of
Like,
ice and snow.
I wish I was exaggerating, but, like, everybody talks about, like, so if you're going, like, down to Vegas, right, like, on, like, I-15, for the people on the west side of the country that might know what I'm talking about, like, if you go down, like, I-15 through Utah, you'll get to Vegas. But on the way to Vegas, there's, like, other places. So there's, like, you can go to, like, Mesquite, Nevada. But on the way there's a little place called St. George. And people like to go there. Like, I don't know why people like to go there. Now I've been down there. There is a good theater down there. Tuacon's down there. It's super cool theater thing. Now, granted, I didn't get to go last time I was down there because they fucking canceled the show on the last night it was there. Granted, you know, never again will we wait till closing night to see a production, because that was like, we took like a whole ass trip.
Is
like,
business.
We took like a whole ass trip down there to see the show, and it's like, it's in my favorite musical of all time, Wonderland. Now granted, I've never actually seen the production. And the reason why it's my favorite musical of all time isn't even because, like, it's necessarily the best musical of all time. There's other musicals that I actually like better from a general standpoint, like overall. But I like it because, like, it's so obscure, it's, like, rare. And it's actually, like, it's really good. Like, I can pull out this knowledge and, like, no one ever knows about it. And it made, like, the best audition pieces because nobody knew it, so nobody else did it. Like, high school, I was, like, living off of... I think I did... I did 2 different Wonderland songs for different, auditions. Like, I'm sorry. Bless Frank Wildhorn for giving us the woman Mad Hatter. Absolute genius. Like, never in my life have I been so, like, happy, like, seeing, like reading about a plot. Like,
is good for
listen,
business.
there's lots of bootlegs. of the one production, but they tried to revive it at TuaCon, and and I know, like, because I saw like the little trailer they had, right, and I know they changed some things, and as a long-term like stan of this musical, like I was hearing some of the changes just in like the preview, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, right? Like I really don't know. Do we think we have a good enough group to play Tides in this instance? Or should I
Q
switch for
loves
Tides?
all the little creatures, even you.
Maybe. I can't decide.
I have winter items for a bargain.
Oh yeah, I literally so badly, like, I wish that this musical would be done more often. I wish it would be released for like community theaters to do it, because then it would increase the chances of me being able to see it done. Like, it's also one of the few shows that if a community theater like in my region like did do it, like I would audition. Like it's that important to me. Like I never in a million years would want to go back to theater, but there are shows I would do it for. Just at the community theater level. I would not audition for anything like professional. I think I would die. But and I also like don't know how I would hold up against even in audition process, because like it's been like so long. Like the last time I acted in a show was in high school. And I did things like outside of just school stuff in high school, but it's like it's still like, you know,
A wise man can
I don't know,
hear
but
profit
yeah, the
in
costume
wind.
design, even in the original production, was beautiful. I saw some of TuaCon's costumes again in photos and video, and they looked also really cool. So yeah, I was just so mad that I wasn't able to do it, because everybody's like, oh, it's so good. The one time I could go see it, because it was a busy summer, right? So like the one time that we could all go see it, literally, like, yeah. Well, it was on Broadway. What are you looking at? Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, no, because if you go to the Wikipedia page, it actually talks about how it was on Broadway in 2011, and then there was a UK tour in 2017, and then the next production of this musical was at TuaCon in 2022, and then there was a youth premiere. But like, I am just saying, like, please let amateur theaters put this show on. I though, honestly, I feel the same thing about other musicals as well. Like, I think, like, I'm waiting for him to release an amateur theater version of 6 as well. Yeah, it was on Broadway, not for long. Like, it like, if you look at the history of it, that's what's so fascinating about it, because, like, Frank Wildhorn has done a lot of stuff. Like, you would think that, like, his shows would,
A wise
like,
man can
it would have
profit
done more.
in
Like,
the wind.
I don't know. I know people hated it for a variety of reasons. They didn't like the way it was they didn't like the way that it was like costumed. I know that was a big one. But I've got to stop messing with this hair or I'm gonna regret it. Every time I do myself a little mini ponytail, I look so cute, but then I'm like, I am literally going to, like, break off my hair if I keep doing this. Okay, who wants to do tides? Who? Oh, you know what? I'll stay here. Let's just... Well, I don't think... Okay, now this musical is obscure enough. I'm gonna assume that, like, I'm gonna spoil a little bit. Just a little bit. But, so, the plot is a little bit strange. I will give it that. And this is me. I like to remind people at this point, because people don't fucking believe me when I say I know what I'm talking about when it comes to writing. Now, I don't know a lot about writing musicals, of course, but I have done, like, multiple, like, I didn't just take, like, a little semester of college screenwriting. No, I have done multiple semesters of college screenwriting. Like, I have written screenplays and stuff for multiple short productions, though some were produced, some were not. It's like, I feel like I am a little bit qualified to analyze some writing, right? So, I get that the story's a little bit weird, and it's a little bit off-putting to people because Alice in the role is cast in, like, not as, like, a little, like, not like the stereotypical, like, little girl story. Like, it's kind of like a thing where, she's older now, and she's in, like, a, no, it's a completely different story, and I know that that's part of why Alice in Wonderland fans didn't like it, but I think, like, look, you guys gotta open your mind a little bit and accept that there can be different stories. And I think that it's okay, like, you can not like it. I'm not saying everybody has to like it, but it's like, you know, I think the reason why people didn't like it is because they weren't open to seeing something new. And it is something new, and it's different, and that's not a bad thing. Like, it's not like you have to say this as your, like, personal, like, your personal Wonderland canon, but, like, I'm sorry, there's been how many different versions of Alice in Wonderland at this point? Like, I would have been upset if it was, like, you know, another, like, rehash of the same fucking book. Like, it takes elements from it, and it's beautifully designed, and it brings in, like, a modernization to some of the different characters that's really cool. And all that is, like, it makes it really interesting. And I think one of the biggest things about it as well is that, yeah, that's what I mean. Is like there's, and a lot of people I feel like hold up like Disney's interpretation of stories as like the story, right? And with Alice in Wonderland, it's really not. Like, I think the Tim Burton movies were a little bit closer, and then just given like a little bit darker aesthetic. But really, like, all of them are taking the same source material and changing it up a little bit. And I think that's okay, and we have to be okay with that, you know? So, the first thing is, because Alice is, I don't remember how old she's supposed to be, but she's older and she has a kid, and she's divorced, and there's a whole bunch of other things. And the thing that's also particularly funny to me is that the people in her life are all, like, in her, like, little family are also in the Wonderland, like, vision, so to speak. And it does kind of take a little bit less, like literal interpretation of it. It kind of, the implication is kind of like it is sort of a dream, but that's also, like, kind of what happens in all of them. Like, it's supposed to be a thing of, is it reality? We don't know. Like, it's always like that. So it's like, you have, like, a little, I love the, like, the rabbit and the caterpillar and the cat. Like, they're so, like, they're so funny. And, like, the little, like, and kind of, like, again, this is where it's kind of, I'm kind of gonna spoil a little bit. The Mad Hatter's, like, kind of, like, evil. Like, she's the antagonist, but she's also, like, it's very weird. Like, the antagonist, so, essentially, like, without completely spoiling it, because if you go and watch the versions of it that are available, it's kind of like, basically, it's like the antagonist actually is not really like Hatter per se. It's more like it's kind of like it's representing like that Alice is basically like fighting herself. Like this is her that she's fighting. It's very interesting. But for all intents and purposes, Hatter is the antagonist, and she's so beautiful, and she has such great songs. Like, my god. And they're hard too. Like these songs hold up along the same lines as like stuff in my opinion. And now, not the musical as a whole. I know why Wicked's so popular, but I also don't get why like Wicked continues to be this thing everybody like holds up forever when there are other musicals that are just as good. No. But yeah, no, it's amazing. Like it's so good, and just the way that things unfold. There's like an appearance from like the the original author of like the book. Like he's kind of like there in like the Looking Glass land and stuff. Like it's so there's so many different things in it. The only valid criticism that I do agree with in terms of Wonderland is that I do agree that when they did the Broadway production, I think that they could have been a little bit more creative with the set, because the set mostly relied on projections.
Assimilated snowmen are approaching
but also,
the gate to the Winter
given
Wonderland.
At that time,
they will
like,
arrive in 1 minute.
That was kind of like a new and interesting thing. At the same time, it's like, I think that that's also kind of cool, you know? I'm gonna put my thing over here. Like, I think like, I'm not gonna say that, like, it's not a valid choice. Like, I'm not gonna roast their set, you know? Because I think it's still cool. Like, could they have done more with it? Yes, but it's like, it's not terrible. Like, I don't know why everybody hated this production so much. And also, the other thing, too, is that it's very... Yeah, but it's like, I would say, like, 90% of the projection, especially, like, of the set, like, especially in the second act, is, like, completely reliant on the projections. Like, I think that they could have been an element, and there's some cool stuff they made in it, too. Like, the Mad Tea Party scene, super cool. And again, the costume designs are so good, and I think part of it is maybe, you know, maybe they wanted the costumes to stand out more and not get lost in a really complicated set, you know? But I think it's like, it's choice, and not everybody's gonna agree with that choice.
Snowmen are
but I
coming
feel
down
like,
Crimson Cube
don't
and Gold
condemn the
Sphere
entire
Lane.
musical because you didn't like the set. Like, God. We have an ad break coming up in 3 minutes, but I'm not gonna be able to take a break because of doing
Snowmen are
in the
coming
middle of
down
tides.
Crimson Cube, Gold
So
Sphere, and Blue
y'all know
Lozenge
where to
Lane.
catch me on the Discord if you'd like. If you're playing Tides here. I don't know. Just you, or is it? I was like, there's one friend. Where's the
Snowmen are
others?
coming
There was
down
more
Blue
than one
Lozenge
friend on
Lane.
this instance. But no, I love Wonderland, and I see, like, being like on being like in like some people from like my theater circles, I still hear about Wicked a lot. And I still hear Wicked held up as like, you can never use this for an audition song because it's so overdone. And it's like, to this day, like,
Snowmen
there's
are
still
coming
people
down
who are
Crimson
like
Cube, Gold Sphere, and Blue Lozenge
that obsessed
Lane.
with it. And again, I love Wicked. Like, it was actually like a major hyperfixation for me for like multiple years when I was younger, and I still really enjoy it. Like, every few years
Snowmen
I
are
go on
coming
a
down
little
Crimson
Wicked
Cube,
phase.
Gold Sphere,
Actually, I
and
had
Blue
another
Lozenge
one
Lanes.
happen last year. I was kind of on a Wicked analysis kick for a while, and I almost picked up the book again, but then I was like, ooh,
Snowmen
this...
are coming down Crimson
I'm gonna
Cube
let
Lane.
my past memories of this exist, because the dude cannot write women. And as much shit as I've written, and as much more that I've read now than when I was like 13 when I first read it, God, it's not terrible. Like, the story isn't terrible, but God, are some of the scenes so bad. Ooh, nice. Yeah, okay, actually,
Snowmen are
funny
coming
story.
down
My
Crimson
first
Cube,
ever,
Gold Sphere,
like,
and Blue Lozenge Lanes.
My first ever hyperfixation was Wizard of Oz. My first ever. Like, when I was like 4 years old, I was obsessed.
Snowmen are coming down Crimson Cube, Gold Sphere, and Blue Lozenge lanes.
And then like a little bit later, it was Harry Potter. And then like when I was like 9 or 10, I got into Star Trek, and then that basically took over my entire life as like
Snowmen are coming down
my
Crimson
main
Cube
special
and Gold
interest.
Sphere lanes.
And like, yeah, I don't know how nobody noticed there was something up with me in my youth, cause like, God, I think of the number of things that I was like unhealthily obsessed with. Oh my God, I have seen that, and I am choosing not to remember
Crimson Cube,
it.
Gold Sphere, and Blue Lozenge lanes.
Because I think that's the one. I think Return to Oz is like the one where there was like electroshock therapy and
Snowmen
stuff.
are coming down
It was
Crimson
very
Cube
strange.
and Gold Sphere lanes. Snowmen are coming down
God,
Crimson Cube
it's
lane.
like I don't remember. I honestly don't remember it being good at all. In all honesty, I remember it being kind of unsettling, and I don't remember the details at all, which is probably for the best. It's another one of those things where it's like, honestly, the only reason why I'm
Snowmen are
not,
coming down Gold
like,
Sphere and Blue
why I would
Lozenge
say that
lanes.
my hyperfixation for Wizard of Oz doesn't come back is because of like shit like that, you know, that I watched as a kid just because I was really obsessed, and like,
Snowmen are coming down Crimson
I
Cube,
don't
Gold
want to do that
Sphere,
again.
and Blue Lozenge lanes.
You know, this snowball weapon, or what's it called, avalanche? Yeah, avalanche is like so much more punchy
All
than
lanes
my
clear.
whip that I was
Defend
using
the
for
fortress.
however long. Oh God. Sorry, my phone was vibrating a lot. I'm like, I'm just gonna turn that off. See, like, when I was younger, like, that probably would have gone over my head.
This is the winter of the
Because I remember there being, like,
Snowmen are
weirder
coming down
shit than
Crimson
that.
Cube, Gold Sphere,
Like,
and Blue Lozenge lanes.
again, I vaguely remember, if I'm remembering the correct film, I'm remembering, like, there was like an electroshock therapy scene.
Snowmen are
And,
coming down Blue
like,
Lozenge
that's
lane.
weird in so many ways. Like, leave Dorothy alone, y'all, you know? Oh, there's this, like, little trick that I saw somebody do where you, like, put the tower, like, right behind the ice
All
wall
lanes
and it'll
clear.
still shoot
Defend
them.
the fortress.
Like, I also forgot about my second tower. But I see, like this, like, how does that make sense? But you know what? I'm just gonna roll with it, you know? But for last year Halloween, before like I was having kind of a bad time,
Snowmen are coming
mentally,
down Gold Sphere and Blue Lozenge lanes.
I mean, it's Q's land. It doesn't have to make sense. It really doesn't. I just think it's funny. But,
Snowmen are coming down Crimson Cube, Gold Sphere, and
like I was
Blue
saying
Lozenge
about
lanes.
Wicked and musicals and stuff, like, I almost did, like, I wanted to do, like, an artistic little, like, fun video for Halloween, because I feel like I can get away with, like, musical theater shit around
Snowmen are coming
Halloween.
down all four
Because then I can make it
lanes.
like a cosplay moment, you know? And I just feel like some characters like really just work for Halloween and not the rest of the year. The number of times that I have been the Mad Hatter for Halloween just for fun, like it's one of my default costumes I'll just pull out if I like need something. I think I actually pulled it out in 2022 because I was super mad about not being able to see Wonderland. Anyway,
Snowmen are coming down
But I was
Black
going
Diamond,
to
Gold
do
Sphere, and
a,
Blue Lozenge lanes.
I was going to do an Alphaba cosplay. So I have green paint. I bought green face paint like so long ago so I could do an Orion. Still hasn't happened. So I have a very specific shoot
Snowmen are
and
coming
video
down
in mind
Black
for the
Diamond,
Orion.
Crimson
And I
Cube,
just
and Blue
never can get
Lozenge
around
lane.
to it. And then on top of it, having to paint so much of it, like I'm gonna have to make arm socks, and I haven't even gotten like cosplays done that I've been really hyper fixated
Snowmen are
on
coming
because
down
like
Black
sewing
Diamond, Gold
hurts, it just
Sphere, and Blue
does.
Lozenge lanes.
But I also am like I'm a crafter. Like I like to make my shit when I can. And also I hate like spending a bunch of money on something only for it to show up and not fucking fit, right? But there's a couple Star Trek uniforms that I'm just gonna have to cave and buy because there's no way I'm gonna do all the work of making them. Like if I want a Strange New Worlds uniform, I'm gonna have to buy it.
Fahrenheit is
Like,
irrelevant.
I'm not gonna have a good time if I try to make that shit
Snowmen are
because
coming
like
down Black Diamond, Gold Sphere, and Blue
imagine
Lozenge
like
lanes.
the amount of money I could either pay to have the stuff printed or like painted on with a stencil. Like either way, it's gonna be cursed as hell, right? But anyway,
Snowmen are coming down Black
I was
Diamond, and
going
Blue
to,
Lozenge
like-
lanes.
I was going to do like a video for No Good Deed, and then I was like watching some like more recent performances because again, like my Wicked hyperfixation has been like a year
Snowmen are
long
coming
thing.
down Crimson Cube,
And-
Gold Sphere, and Blue Lozenge
But
lanes.
it gets to the point where like they for some reason they keep making the songs harder in Wicked. They keep doing things to them. Like they keep adding like additional riffs and stuff like just to make hard songs already harder. Like fun fact, y'all, Idina Menzel has like vocal damage from doing Alphaba. Like Alphaba is not a game, you know, like her songs are not a game. Like no song in that show
Snowmen
is
are
really
coming
a
down
game.
Blue Lozenge lanes.
No Good Deed is particularly hard. Yeah, she played Alphaba, and I saw like I don't know if it persists like today, like if she still has issues or not, but I know like reading back like right after she stopped being the original Alphaba, I remember reading about how she had done vocal cord damage to her voice, because vocal cords will heal, but yeah, that's just what I have heard, and I don't remember like the details or anything like that, but it's like I distinctly remember like hearing about that, and it's one of those things where it's like, look, you can fuck yourself up with like, you know, just doing something wrong. And the thing is, honestly, like being on Broadway is extremely hard on any singer's voice, because it's like when for like people like me who sing, and I do like a show every few months, right? And I practice really hard for those shows, but it's like, you know, and even I can like tell there's a point when I know that I've done too much. Like if I like this fall season, luckily I dropped my last gig or I would have lost it. But I did 3 performances. No, not 3 performances, 2 performances. There was I was thinking like I had 4 events, but one of them was a con I didn't have to perform at.
Let all naughty children beware.
So I know, like,
For
so I dropped my
today
last
is
one,
a
but the
good
2
day.
shows in a single
Who
month,
punished?
like, by the end of the second one, I was really feeling it, like, both in, like, my body and my voice. Like, I definitely had to be extra careful. And a lot of it wasn't even the performances themselves, it was the amount of practice I was doing. So it's like, if that's happening just for that, you know, like, imagine being on Broadway, because I am like actually trained vocally, so I do, you know, try not to hurt myself. I have hurt myself, but that's because I tried to conform to society's, well, not society's, but to the idol community's standards of what I should sound like. And frankly, I don't care. I'm finding my own like sound I like. Like, I don't care if I don't sound cutesy and whatever. Like, I will dress how I want and sound like how I want. Like, that's just how it's gonna be. Welcome back, Salaknar. We're talking about musicals now. And my cursed choices. But so I was gonna say about Wicked. No Good Deed was the song I was going to do for a video, and it's very also hard to record, like with my super budget recording setup. No, I do not play Honkai Star Rail, but I've seen your posts about it in the Discord a few times, and I've seen other people play it. I don't know much about it at all. But yeah, I was gonna do like a video for No Good Deed, and like I like even bought stuff to make like props and shit. Like it was gonna be a whole thing, it just didn't happen. Maybe next year. I shouldn't say that, but maybe next year, unless I find something else to hyperfixate on. Because right now I'm in a bit of a 6 hyperfixation, so oops. It's always some fucking musical, right? I am hopefully seeing 6 next year, though, in January, so... I'm gonna be so sad if I can't see shit, because it's in, like, a really big theater. Anyway. But, I was gonna do this song, and I was, like, watching these, like, more recent performances of it, like, recent as in last year, but... I'm sitting here and I was like, what the hell happened to this song? Because I remember learning this song back in the day in high school and earlier, but like I feel like I could not perform it well at all until I was in high school. Because like it's fucking hard. And I know I sounded like ass trying to sing it when I was 13. Like I know that, right? But it's just funny because honestly though, I'm like, you know, I should be trying to go for more of these like musical theater songs that I've always wanted to perform at some point. Like I should really be going for more of them these days because I heard that sopranos supposedly mature at 25, right? So I should be at my vocal peak right now. I don't know if I am because I have so many like health things and my jaw hates me and everything else, and those are factors that definitely affect it. But I was like, you know, maybe I should go like it's like maybe I should like go for singing some of this shit before like I can't do it anymore, you know. But I also don't want to push myself too much. And some of the riffs for No Good Deed, I'm literally staring at them like literally what the hell, right? Because it's like the Fiero riff that I've heard some people do is crazy now. Like, God. I don't know what it is about it. Like, it's like it was like I'm trying to think. It was like back when I learned it in high school. Like back when I learned it like before high school, and actually like was singing it in high school. I think it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 notes in the riff, and it didn't go up super high. But I think the more recent one was like I'm trying to think of it in my head, but I'm also trying to shoot Crampiri. I'll have to hold on.
You have been naughty this year.
In my head, I'm counting like 8 notes. But I feel like it could be more. I think it just depends on how like agile the singer is feeling in a given day. Because like I've heard some wild ones, and I know there's a couple different ones that sometimes happen. But God, it's just like what? It's just like I get, you know, we gotta keep it mixed up, and I love when there's like different riffs, right? But it's like at the same time I'm like, this song was fucking hard enough. It's not like you had to make it harder to make it fancier, because it was already pretty goddamn hard. Anyway. it's just one of those things. But I know I love musical theater because it's so wild. It really is. Okay, do I have more? See, I only have like 15 fucking ornaments. Okay, I have a few more minutes. I still have some prep work to do for tonight, but I'm gonna get my ass over to the gingerbread village and make that recipe. Rippleberry fruitcake. Oh, hey, Taria, did you want to run Winter Invasion at all? Or do you want to run cones? I was gonna see if I could give you the present. Oh, I'm gonna do this, this recipe quest first. Mission, quest, oh, same thing.
Happy holiday!
Where's this little, like,
Happy
info
holiday!
thing? Happy holidays. Oh damn, I'm gonna have to buy Utaberry on the Utaberry? Utaberry? I don't know. On the exchange. Damn it. Not what I meant to do. Not the fucking tricorder just hanging out there. Oh, it's in this little zone. Of course it is. There's always one by the goddamn tent. Behind the tent. Well, I don't have much cat left. Ah! Okay, just in time. But God, I really want to do my Orion cosplay too. There's so many things that I could just be green for fun, you know? Adam is in the critter group for photonic officer. What are we talking about now? I don't... Oh, don't want to go on the track. I'll never get out. Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know what that ship is. Okay.
Q's friendly customer
Better not
service.
be fucking expensive. God damn it. Okay. Really? Really, y'all? Whatever. I think I have lots of energy credits here. Yeah, I pulled some out, so whatever. I don't like Betazoids, but like 1,000,000 energy credits for like any food item. I'm sorry, none of them are that rare. God. They're all the same. They're all the same in this game.
Happy holiday!
Hell yeah. Why do I keep getting fruitcake recipes? Like, I literally have gotten the last year's fruitcake twice, and now there's this
snowmen aren't taking too
fruitcake.
kindly to our building a
Like,
village in their
the hell?
territory, and they're planning an attack.
I really probably should be using some of these while the bonuses are intact for the winter event. Okay. Alright, who wants to team up for some winter invasion? Because why not? I don't need more sleigh bells. I know that Hope here wants to join. Well, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if you want to join on, they are
Don't
or
you
not.
want an Eppo friend?
No, like, this is...
It's good for business.
Sky's Winter Wonderland spoils are getting out of hand, is all I'm saying. I'm actually grinding extra favors so I can get more sweaters, and also, like, I have a friend who, is newer to the game and hasn't done Winter Wonderland on, their account before, so I was also saving up some to give to them, but, like, I need more ornaments. Well, they haven't actually gotten on and done it yet, so, like, will that happen? I don't know.
A wise man can hear profit in the wind.
Oh, you wanted to do it on this one? Okay, anybody else for Winter Invasion? You can get a recipe. Damn it, we can't form a team when I'm... We can't form a team when you're Hunk KDF. Actually, hold on. No, hold on. I'm just gonna switch. Okay, see, I'm like, I keep like getting flipped out at the time because like, because like I am like an hour before my usual streaming time, but like I had to do it a little bit earlier because in exactly 2 hours, well, 2 hours and
Don't
like
you
10
want an
minutes,
Eppo friend?
I am supposed to be running the tabletop version of this. So, this'll be my last thing. Last thing, Winter Invasion with the squad.
A wise man can hear profit in the wind.
I don't know where you are. Oh no, the tabletop doesn't do anything but hurt my wallet in all honesty, so. Ha, yay!
Welcome to the gingerbread colony! You've arrived just in time! The sugar-hating snowballs and
Sugar-hating snowman. Oh my god, imagine me trying to do that voice. I don't think... So, I wrote in, like, Winter Invasion as a bonus event for the tabletop. So it'll only happen if we have time. And also, like, I feel like it's one of the weaker ones I planned out, so, like, maybe we won't get to it, but I did have, like, the picture of, like, Mayor Truffles there. I'm just over here, like, me imagining myself ruining my vocal cords while trying to do, "Welcome to the gingerbread colony!" That wasn't even, like, full force. It hurts me inside. And physically hurts me a little bit. There are certain voices I just can't really get the correct register for. Hope you were so bold for doing melee combat in the winter event. Where's the Prezi? On the other side. I'm going down too fast. It's like, you know how many days I've logged into STO and, like, not even done dailies? Literally just on Winter Wonderland. Speaking of which, did it actually process for today? Oh no, 43 minutes until... Damn it. Okay, well... Guess I might be popping back on a little bit later, but also... Whatever. I've been making such good progress with it, I can actually miss a day and be okay. Are we getting... Damn it. Shouldn't have checked for where the recipe is. I don't think I have found the hidden recipe now, have I? Oh, no, it's 'cause it's right there. It's up there.
Woohoo! You saved a freezing gingerbread man!
Maybe that's why it says I had found it, because the recipe's always in like a select few locations.
You dare enter my home? I'll destroy you all!
The easiest one to find is when it's just in the Yeti cave, and you don't have to go running and Hell yeah. God. For real, imagine if I end up having to make a marshmallow Yeti. I'm starting with there's like for my tabletop with edible minis. I am starting with
Ice and snow.
we're doing tides, crampiri, cones, and what's the other one I'm thinking of? Damn it. Oh, and ice fishing. Okay. So, will you also colonize snowmen at the tabletop game? Okay, so here's actually something interesting. I have... Because it's tabletop and anything goes, right? If the players want to, I kind of suspect with this group they're gonna jump into the combat so they can eat the miniature. But, the thing is, if you don't want to participate in Q's nonsense, technically you don't have to. But I did write it. If you choose to not help the gingerbread village, in the thing I've written on there that like remind the players they have free will. Like I wrote that in there. And I figured that if they want to fight with the gingerbread mayor, like I'm just gonna like pull up the gingerbread stats and let them throw down. Like I don't care. Because I do have like stats for the gingerbread defenders. I'll just pull up a few of those and be like, okay, yeah, you can throw down with the mayor. I don't care. And then also, interrupt what cute gingerbread mayor dies. Hey Pope, where'd you go? There you are. Okay, how do I do this? I never trade. No, I think I have to. There we go. So here you are. It's gonna let me. It's gonna let me. Take it. Take it. Did you get something good? Just collectibles. Oh, I have two Tranya balls. Just the basics? Damn, okay. Well, it was worth a shot. I will see if I can get more later. I might be on here for a bit, or maybe not. I don't know. Literally, how did I miss this window by 40 minutes? I think it's because I kind of played late last night, but anyway. But yeah. I was gonna say, with the gingerbread mayor, I just think it'd be really funny if that happens, but it probably won't. I'll report back on the Discord, if that ends up happening. I'm also like technically like any of them, like it could just choose to not, but it may or may not end well for you, because my thing is that like if you don't help build the Snowconian, like, and you don't throw down with the gingerbread mayor and you try to have a diplomatic solution, in that case you're probably not gonna get one, because like I don't feel like the Snow Overlord is the negotiating type, but then again, I don't feel like the Gingerbread Mayor is either, so I feel like the best course of action would just be to take out the mayor, but I don't know, Q appears and just like, it's like, says something about Federation, whatever, I don't know. there's things the one rule that I am enforcing is that you cannot take anything into the Wonderland and you cannot take anything out of the Wonderland. The one exception being if we get to there's like a dice roll game I kind of made up for like Neelix cooking. So you roll your recipe and you get that and you can roll if you succeed at that recipe. And if we get to that, it's again like a bonus thing, but I'm like, if we get to that, then I will say that they're allowed to keep the food for, at least if I GM a future adventure, I'll let them use the Wonderland food in the future as like a heal of some kind. But but like the weapons and stuff, like they get to pick, everybody gets to pick in the beginning to just make it fair, one ornament and one weapon. So, and because like you don't have as many of the problems as you sometimes do with the differences between the weapons in the game. Because it just functions differently with the STA system. So all of the weapons basically do the same damage, but the way you use them is different. So, and then they get the one ornament. They can purchase I ended up adding a little bit of a currency element because they can purchase additional ornaments, but the initial ornament they have can be used 3 times throughout the game. But the additional ornaments can only be used once, and they can be pooled with the group. So, like, if somebody is like, "Oh, can I use this to do this specific thing for this specific situation?" They can kind of like trade those around, but they only have the one that is theirs for the whole time, and it can be used 3 times, and everything else is like 1 or 2 times, I think. And then the ornaments do all have different mechanics. Some of them do more damage, but like I did put in like the explosive one that it'll do 5 5d6s of damage, but it also will do that same damage to anyone in the blast radius. So it's like, do you want more damage or do you want safety? Because like the turret will target a random enemy and it'll only hit that enemy, right? But I upped the stakes a little bit, but at the same time, nobody can die in the Wonderland. I have introduced the freezing mechanic where you are frozen for 2 turns unless someone warms you up, and I'm gonna tell people that they are not allowed to warm up their fellow players unless they can figure out a creative way to do it. Like, I'm like, come on, bring me the roleplay fun, let's go. I'm like, I don't care if you have some like random item in your inventory, like at that point I'll let people use it, but like generally it's like, look, your phasers and shit, you don't, no phasers here. Your type 2 phaser isn't gonna do shit in the Wonderland, obviously, and like you just simply don't get to like maybe if they're lucky they'll get a tricorder, but even that's like pushing it. I built up so many items in like the one campaign we were doing, and now that campaign's like dead, and I'm like, these are such like wild items that I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna get these anymore, am I? In the other GM's campaign. But now it's like for this group, I'm gonna be one of the GMs on rotation. Now, will I be making edible miniatures for every game? Absolutely the fuck not. Like, I literally, y'all, I have like 3 bags of stuff to take, and I'm not even hosting it at my place. I have to go somewhere else to host it because I don't have room at my place. So, I mean, I've considered like sometimes, like maybe I'll do another holiday one, because I do feel bad, like this was kind of rush planned. So like I wrote the entire one-shot basically in a day. And I have spent I've spent several hours on it. I can't do this all the time, but I could probably do this like maybe like for Valentine's Day, like we'll do like a normal thing but all the ships are chocolate. I don't know. Could be fun. I do really like making things. Like, I really do like putting chocolate in molds. It's like a favorite activity of mine. I don't know why. Do they get to date the starships during Valentine's Day? I like literally like okay, I don't want to get into it, but like I am so emotionally scarred from a couple of select like tabletop incidents that like I don't think like as a GM like I don't think I will ever be comfortable like I don't think I will ever be comfortable like doing any sort of like any dating with any NPC of mine because like I don't know, I'm just like there's so much that could go wrong, and like even though I want to trust everybody I play with, it's like I have serious trust issues for obvious reasons. Like we know my life's been pretty fucked up. I mean, referenced by the fact that I am very single by choice, I might add. It's not like I'm like complaining about that. I could not be single and I'm choosing to be. But yeah, I'm like I don't know, as funny as that would be, I'm like I gotta get really comfortable with people again. But yeah, without going into too much detail of what is going on, because God, it's so much. But it's like, there's a lot of stuff that I was like, I just want to enjoy things, ultimately. And I'm hoping that tonight, like, will be really good, and I can just enjoy things for once. I do hope at least one person picks Candy Cane Batleth. Like, that would be really fun. But it's actually funny, because I think candy canes are one of the few, like, candies I actually don't have. I have like a giant jar of like little sprinkles, and everybody's gonna get to decorate their own like little gingerbread cookies as their player miniature. Like, it's gonna be so cute. I'm gonna take pictures, and I'm probably gonna post them on social media, given I get people's permission. I'm gonna try to get some without people's faces, but yeah, I think I'm going to, yeah. Even then, I can't think. Well, the weapons aren't necessarily going to be represented in, like, the weapons aren't going to necessarily be represented in, the candy form, because, like, that is just too complicated. But, sorry, I just disconnected from the Discord because I'm about to wrap up here. But, like, there's like, little things here and there, like, and I don't know, people might bring stuff. I don't know. I did say if anybody has any extra candy, then, like, bring it, but I don't know. But there's like,
I have winter items.
Like, God, there's so many people coming. Like, I did not think people were going to, like, want to play this with me, because I was like, this is a stupid idea. Like, it's so silly. But apparently silly is what everybody likes, and everybody really wants to eat some fucking marshmallows, I guess. Alright, thank you everyone for coming and hanging out. I will be back next week with, probably not the final Winter Wonderland stream, because this goes until beginning of January. But, last one before Christmas time. Assuming I find, assuming, like, I can record a day that's not Friday, because Friday's usually when I stream. That's what I've been doing, like, this whole month. So look forward to another Friday stream unless I end up filming my shit that day, which is something I also want to do. I'm really hoping that I can get this video done. I'm very excited to share it with you all. It will be on YouTube. It will be my silly little thing. But yes, thank you so much everyone for coming. I'm gonna find somebody to raid. There's one person online. Yay! But yes, thank you so much for joining me. I hope everyone has one more hydrate, I guess. I hope everyone is having a great season and a good time in life, and I will see you all next time. Bye!